Thank
Thank you for
you.
having us today to talk about quote unquote cheating in an age of AI. My colleague, Mr. Gregory Price, will start us off with a short description of the background of the research we did, and then I will follow up with a methods and results section.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Greg Price. I'll focus on what the existing literature reveals about how generative AI is reshaping academic integrity and learning in Japan's university EFL classrooms. This project began from a small but telling classroom experience. A student submitted an essay with several incorrect references, and when asked about the problem, the student replied, "This is what ChatGPT said." The response revealed something deeper, I think. It showed a gap in understanding about authorship, verification, and ownership of ideas. The rapid adaptation of generative AI, or Gen AI, challenges not only traditional concepts of academic honesty, but also the relationship between students and teachers. This is especially evident in multilingual, cross-cultural environments such as EFL programs here in Japan. The literature paints a complex picture. Much has been written about cheating and plagiarism, but only recently have studies begun to address how AI changes the context, especially in EFL environments, where students already balance linguistic, cultural, and academic challenges. From the literature, we identified three guiding themes that structure our work. Why? What motivates students to use AI tools? Why not? What ethical or personal reasons would cause hesitation? And then where's the line? How do teacher and institutional policies shape perceptions of ethical use? Previous studies, including work by Dikoff and colleagues, and later by Wheeler, found that Japanese students often experience high pressure to succeed and deep anxiety about language performance. In more recent studies, such as those by Graf and Marc, both in 2024, these pressures have carried into the Gen AI era. Students frequently report using AI for efficiency, to save time, check grammar, and manage heavy workloads, rather than to cheat intentionally. At the same time, social pressure plays a role. Cavazos and colleagues note that when academic dishonesty becomes normalized, students who avoid AI can feel disadvantaged, like they don't have the same leg up as the rest of their colleagues or other students. So with Japan now among the top 5 countries using ChatGPT, Gen AI use has quickly become mainstream. Other research, such as Marc's 2024 study at Rikyo University in Tokyo, highlights students' hesitation. Many worry that AI is doing most of the thinking. The students appreciate AI's convenience, yet worry that over-reliance will weaken their own critical thinking and writing skills. Studies by Graf and Net et al. Show that students do have an ethical sense. They generally know when AI use crosses a line. But, and especially in our experience with EFL writing students in Japan, there's often a lack of clear training in citation, paraphrasing, and proper attribution, which can complicate this. Because of that, many operate in gray areas, using AI for grammar correction or idea generation, but not sure whether it crosses a line into misconduct. A key insight from the literature is that teacher and institutional influence define the real boundary. In Japan, AI policy is decentralized. The Ministry of Education allows university to set their own rules, and most, including the University of Tokyo, show that their AI policies emphasize contextual ethics over an outright ban. According to Graf, students take cues from the classroom vibe, and studies by Neff concur that when instructors communicate expectations clearly and explain the connection to how ethics and integrity connect to the students' learning goals, then these students are more likely to act responsibly. But when those expectations are vague, students interpret the silence as permission to experiment freely. In other words, the line between help and cheating isn't fixed. It shifts with the instructor's tone, clarity, and expectations. Across the research, Three insights stand out. First, AI is complicating traditional definitions of cheating. It's no longer just about dishonesty, but about authorship and intellectual engagement. Second, students' hesitation reflects awareness, not ignorance. Most want to use AI responsibly, but lack explicit training and clarity of how to do so. Finally, teacher influence is critical. The literature consistently shows that clear communication, explicit instruction, and open discussion of AI ethics foster responsible use more effectively than bans or punishments. In short, the challenge ahead isn't whether students will use Gen AI, they already are, but whether educators can help them do so ethically, transparently, with critical awareness and genuine understanding. Thank you.
I would like to talk about the findings from our research. The literature clearly shows that students are already using AI, so we wanted to ascertain how that relates to Japanese university classrooms. I will break this down in three parts. What motivates students to use AI? What restrains them? And their understanding of teacher expectations and policies. We conducted a mixed method study involving 612 Japanese university EFL students who were taking academic or research writing courses. We used two questionnaires. The first was a 20-item, 10-point Likert scale survey designed to explore three themes we identified in the literature. Those were why, motivation, why not, abstinence, and where's the line, the policy. The second survey was an open-ended survey for qualitative data, so we could have some authentic voices to match the quantitative data. Both surveys had English with Japanese translations to mitigate any language barriers. In total, 99 students completed the first survey and 96 completed the second survey. Let's start with the why, the motivation. We found that 92% of students had already used AI for English writing. The majority said they used AI to improve grammar, that was 46.9%, or to get ideas, 40.6%. Only about 12% said they used it to save time. This suggests that students see AI as less of a shortcut and more of an instrumental learning tool. As one student wrote, if you think carefully yourself and use AI only when you have to, I think it leads to improved learning. Interestingly, 72.8% of students agreed that AI makes learning easier, and nearly 90% predicted that AI will become a normal part of academic writing in the future. So their motivation is mostly instrumental, meaning they used it to enrich their learning. Let's move on to the why not. We found some ambiguity. There was an idea that cheating was wrong. 90% of students said cheating is always wrong. Only 62.6 agreed that using AI to write an essay counted as cheating. There was strange justifications as to what qualified as cheating. So for example, one student said, using AI from the start is cheating, but using it later is okay. Another wrote, it's cheating only if you copy and paste directly. So you can see a potential for a moving goalpost. What qualifies as cheating? Guilt also plays a role. 75.5% said they would feel some level of guilt if they submitted an AI written essay. So that contributes to abstinence from using it. Over half, or 50.6, worried about using AI because it might weaken their learning skills or their writing skills. One student captured this feeling perfectly, saying, once you use AI, you realize how easy it is and you stop thinking for yourself. So while students do use AI, many worry it could lead to self-sabotage, reducing skill development. Next, let's talk about where's the line. So who enforces the policy? We found evidence that students look to teachers to define this boundary. 76.7% said they want explicit instruction on how to use AI ethically. 67.8% said they would feel comfortable discussing AI with their teacher. 59.5% said they would be more likely to use AI if their teacher explicitly allowed it. One student wrote, appropriate guidance from teachers is necessary when using AI in education. So this suggests that students are looking to the teacher to supply them with the rules. So briefly, I want to talk about the implications. Uh, these findings suggest the need for clearer classroom level AI policies. In other words, moving from ambiguity to action. We recommend that universities move past vague statements and encourage teachers to include a policy on their syllabus. This approach can remove guilt on the part of the student, resolve moral ambiguity, and promote AI as a learning tool that students can use in the classroom. So this is our reference slide here. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for addressing this cutting edge topic.
Thank you. We're
So, do
happy
we
to,
have any
yeah.
questions, comment, feedback? Go ahead. Oh, I see. I have to promote you to be the panelist, and then you can ask your question.
Now I can see myself and you can hear me as well. I was wondering, thank you for this very inspiring presentation.
You're
I was
welcome.
I was wondering what level are the students that you that were in your study? So were it bachelor students or from master program, and what kind of background did I have? What kind of educational program?
That's a great question. Because of the time restrictions, we couldn't really talk about everything that we wanted to mention, but the students were first and second year undergraduate students. We teach in Japan, so the students are EFL. That means English as a foreign language, so not native speakers, of course. And it was all writing courses.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.